Imagine wanting to be successful, but spending all your time doing things that don't bring success. Well, that's not imagination. That was my entire life for years. And chances are that's your life right now. Now, luckily, I cracked the code of productivity, and now I spend my time on things that matter to me. I'm not wasting my days, and I want to help you do the same thing too. But it all starts with intentionality. Now, here's what happened if you start your days without intention, which is something 95% of the population does. Now, a couple months ago, I remember I woke up with no thought on what I was going to do that day. Like I hadn't written a plan because I had gotten all my YouTube stuff done early. So I literally had a free day. I normally never have free days. So I woke up, and even though the first thing I did, I got on TikTok and I skipped going for a walk. I didn't get breakfast. I didn't do the stuff I normally do, the good habits or whatever. I was literally glued on my phone watching TikTok for hours. And it's crazy because I've gone so long without doing that. And I really broke my phone addiction. I don't have social media, which is probably hindering me because, short form is good to getting more traffic or whatever. But I don't have any of that stuff. But the second I woke up without a plan, without thinking about what I was going to do, that is when the social media came back into my life. That is when the bad habits came back into my life. That is when I started wasting my morning, started wasting my day. Now, you've experienced how effective plans and tasks are. I mean, think about when you were at school or when you're at work. You're not wasting time. You're not. Oh, unless you're working an office job and you have free time, then you probably can be on your phone. But for especially at school, you are on one. You know what you got to do. You're going through your day. When 8 a.m. hits, you're going to go get breakfast. And then when 9:30 comes, you're going to go to history. And then when 10:45 hits, you're going to math and then gym. Like you have everything cleared out. And at work, you don't just go in and sit and don't do anything and like you're just wasting the entire shift. It's like, no, I have to get this done. I know this got to get done. I know this got to get prepped. So you go ahead and get started. Now, when you're home alone, though, and there's no schedule, there's no task, there's nothing, it's just you choosing what you want to do, what happens? You start wasting time. You start doing nothing. You start entertaining yourself for hours on end because you had no plan. So, you can keep moving through life without a plan, but I can promise you, your level of productivity will never get high. You will continue looking at your high screen time. You continue thinking why you're so lazy. You'll continue procrastinating and not know why. It's as simple as having a plan. Now, if you want to switch things around and you don't want to be the person who's wasting your time not doing much, you can be more intentional. You can plan out your day, and I'm going to help you do that so you can make progress on what actually matters to you. And one thing I want you to understand is that no one who've made great things happen in their life, they didn't get there. They didn't make that stuff happen without a plan. Every person who succeeded had a plan, unless they were like literally lucky and someone else planned it and did it thinking for them. But regardless, there is still a plan involved. So you can try to go against the grain and not have a plan to see how that works out for you. But if you want to increase the chances of you being getting the things you want in life and increase the chances of you being more intentional and increase the time you spend on what matters most to you, like what I'm doing right now, talking to you, then you're gonna need to have a plan. And I'm gonna show you how to do that right now. So you want to start off by thinking, what are the 1 to 3 things you want to get done tomorrow? And side note, I would recommend making a plan every day or like every night. Make a plan for the next day, the night prior. So tonight, or just do it with me right now, but normally at night, this is the process you would go through. So think about 1 to 3 things you want to get done tomorrow, and it can be anything. It can be big, it can be small, I don't care what it is, but something you want to get done. So for me, I normally write, well, tomorrow's Monday. So I'm going to walk through this process with you. Tomorrow's Monday. So one of the things I want to get done is I want to write 1.5 new talking heads for this video. Uh, I want to I'll probably call one of my brothers. I gotta figure out who that is. And the third thing I want to do is meal prep chicken legs, right? So you go ahead and write down whatever it is you want to do. Now, here's the planning comes in. Whatever you said you want to do, plug it into this formula. I will do behavior at time or event in environment. And once you plug everything into that formula, you've got your plan made, and that's as simple as it is. So I'm gonna walk through we'll put cooking chicken into this formula. So I will meal prep chicken once I get off work in the kitchen. Like, that's as simple as it is. And side note, when I say environment, I'm meaning like not environment, but I'm saying event in the formula. Like I put time or event. Event I'm referencing to things you already do. So like I already get off work, so I know there's an opportunity to put something after I get off work. There's some time where I'm gonna be sitting there thinking, what should I do next? So I'm gonna put something after that. Another event could be washing your dishes. You know you're gonna wash your dishes. So if there's something you can do before you wash dishes or after dishes, I'm just letting you know, like, there's some nuance to this I want you to understand. But regardless, now when I get off work tomorrow, I will go in the kitchen and cook the chicken because I made that simple plan. It really works. And you may be thinking like, okay, this plan is so simple though. Like this definitely isn't gonna work for me, especially if you're the type of person who's made plans before in the past and like really went to detail and it didn't work out for you. Well, let me break down a study, really quick on what this plan is actually called. It's called implementation intention. And this is shown to really influence your behavior. So these researchers took 3 groups. The first group was the control group. They wanted to see if these groups could get more consistent with working out. That was the thesis. How can we get these people to more consistently show up to the gym? So the first group was the control group, and they were told to just track how many times they went to the gym. The second group was the motivated group, and they were told to track how many times they went to the gym, and they were given a pamphlet on like reasons for why they should be motivated. Basically, they're motivated. And then the third group was the implementation intention group. So they were told to track. They were given the motivational spiel, but they are also told to use the formula I gave you. Now, the conclusion of the study, they found that the first 2 groups worked out 35 to 38% of the time. The third group worked out 91% of the time. So just for making this plan, your chances of doing the behavior you said will go from 35 to 38% to 91%. That is freaking crazy. So right now, if you haven't done it now, write your plan. And for even more accountability, put the plan you wrote in the comments so I can hold you accountable. And I'm literally following my own plan right now. I'll show you my schedule, but I know I put go for a walk, stretch, meditate, and then after meditation, record videos. And that's literally what has happened thus far. So I'm following my own plan. I'm walking the talk. This stuff actually works. Now, I will say, when you make your plan, make that, if you wrote it on your phone, make whatever it is your wallpaper, because just being able to see it serves as a reminder to do the thing. But if you didn't write it on your notes or on your phone, just put it on a piece of paper and hang it somewhere you can see. That's why I have my goal board, because I can see my goals twice a day. Once when I come into the morning, I'll look over it, and at night while I'm checking things off, I'm looking over it, and just continuously reminding myself of what matters to me and what I'm working on. And there's another side thing, you want to make sure that whatever you want to do is close to you. So for example, I said I want to make chicken, right? Well, I would make sure that that chicken is at the front of the refrigerator. So when I open it, it's the first thing I see. There's no need for me to like do any legwork. I found it. It's right there. It'll make it a lot easier for me to do it. Right when I walked in here, I had my tripod already set up. I had my chair right in front. I had my computer with the talking points right on the bed. So like I had everything I needed in order. So when I came back from my walk and after I stretched and after I meditated, I could walk in here, and this is what I did. I literally walked in, sat down, put my laptop in my lap, but it's right here, and I started recording. So it really matters for you to put the things you need to do that thing you wrote down in your environment. Whatever it is, make sure it's in your environment. If you gotta go looking for it, it'll make it a lot harder for you to actually get started. And if you made a plan and you're aware, like, okay, this needs to get done, but you're kind of fighting laziness, then just follow the plan for 2 minutes. It's a lot easier for you to get started if the level is a little bit lower. So if you are feeling resistance, just say 2 minutes. If 2 minutes is too much, then say, let me just do this thing for 30 seconds. And then every day show up for 30 seconds. And then eventually you'll be able to push it out more, right? Now, even if you made your plan, but you didn't follow it through, because that could also happen. You can make your plan and still not follow it through. That's still a big pat on your back. Keep practicing the skill. Keep making your plans, because right now you're testing to see what works for you. You're testing to see how's your energy at this time. What do you like to do at this time versus this time? What normally pops up throughout the day? Like, you're getting a better understanding of how you operate. For me, I know the morning time is the best time for me to work, and mid-afternoon. And I know in the mornings, I prefer to do things that are like creating like thumbnails or writing scripts. But in the afternoon, or the early afternoon, it's 11 a.m. right now, I prefer to do things like this, like talking and editing videos. So you just gotta figure out, and it took me a while to figure out what times I do this, when my energy rise. I learned that around like 1 to 2 p.m., that's not a good time for me to work. Like, it's not. I need to do something active. My energy goes down. But around 4, my focus kind of comes back up, and I can lock back in. I only figured that stuff out because I made plans. I didn't follow them through, but then I thought the night after, why didn't that plan work? How was I feeling? What did I want to do instead? And I changed the plan up until I figured out what works for me. So even if you make the plan and it doesn't go how you want it, pat yourself on the back because you made the plan. Like, you're doing something different. And the only way to change things is to change something, right? Now, if you don't make your plan, if you don't try to be more intentional with your days and you're not planning at all, you will continue wasting your time on things that don't matter to you. And as an ambitious person, I know that stuff hurts. So if you want to get away from that trap, this is one way to do it. Remember, I told you, no one who ever made great success got there just willy-nilly. They made a plan. So you're going to need to make a plan too. If you like this video and you want more, hit subscribe. I'll see you later.